of life, you know. 94, it says. I'm sure it's a little bit more than that. Hey, Artsina Cornelly. Hello. Where are you from? Hey, Dylan. Hey, it's the usual crowd. What's going on? I want to... Someone's at your parents' house. Looks like they're picking stuff up. We are going to the Celtic Ray in Punta Gorda to celebrate my sister's birthday. Sorry about the... I don't know. What is going on Facebook? Hey, Ryan. What's up? It's just an internet issue. Some tacos. Nice. Yeah, we're going to an Irish bar. Probably the best Irish bar that I've ever been to in Florida. I've been to better ones in New York, but I mean, that would make sense. Or Boston, I should say. Better Irish bars. I really feel like I should go back for some...
I think you're gonna be okay.
Okay. All right. It's called the Celtic Ray. It's in downtown Punta Gorda. You know, it's owned by an Irishman. There's Irish people. It's a pub, so it's like... I mean, I don't know what percentage is food versus drink, but I want to say it's like nearly 50-50. So, yeah, we're going to dinner. Yeah, I don't know what I'm gonna get. They have shepherd's pie. They have venison mash. They have Breton, whatever the Breton. I forget the name of the dish. I should know. I am more than 50% Irish, so. Oh, and it's hot still. It's still 86 here at 20:07. Alright, let's take the Chiquita away. It's mechanical stuff anyway. Yeah, it's gonna have some excellent reviews. Punta Gorda has a lot of cool little Ryan, if you want to take someone out like somewhere unique, if you have friends down, Punta Gorda is definitely going to be more like there's just nicer restaurants than say Port Charlotte or Northport. It's not a nicer town necessarily, but yeah, 4.7 is pretty good for a restaurant with probably 1,000, I don't know how many, hundreds of reviews, I'm sure. But I've been going there since, I don't know, 2010. And it's probably from, right at say Cranberry and 41, it's probably only like a 15-minute ride. Nah, probably like 20 minutes, but it's about 35 minutes for us. But we're meeting my sister. It's kind of the halfway point between my sister's house and our house. And my mom is going to be there as well. And I couldn't find any birthday cards at Walgreens, so I got her a Passover card. So I hope she likes that. I can't imagine she wouldn't enjoy it. I would. Hey Dan, yeah, it's been a while. We are going. Oh, we're doing well. I think you asked where we were going. Oh wow, 15. I didn't buy a motorcycle yet, but my mom gave me her blessing. Not that I needed it, but she worries about my well-being. I mean, I've been in a couple accidents, not my own doing, my own fault, but we might be looking at a car instead. So I haven't taken it off the table completely. I just want to see if I have a few more deals go through, then I'll definitely get it. Where are you? Hold on, let me get through this light. I'm trying to get a shorter name for you because I can't. It's hard to read against the light. Animates. I'm just going to call you Animates. Where are you from? Are you from Florida? Yeah, you can see the love bugs still on my car. Just, I mean, they'll just land on it. A couple of people. I don't like getting boxed in. Cephalornis McKenzie, yeah, that's a nice plant, man. I was offered some McKenzie a couple of months ago. It's you know, it doesn't. You gotta be kidding me. Get a job. Do I have a link to what? McKenzie? Just Google it. I don't have a. Yeah, you know, Ryan, it depends on how much you're going to monitor your, you know, how much your parents monitor the rain. Really, it's okay to have an irrigation system on if it has a sensor on it. So if it has a sensor, meaning it won't rain. If it has water, you know, detects it has rained. But if your plants are all established, Northport gets pretty heavy rain during summer. It doesn't get any dry spells like Venice does. So I'm surprised that, I'm not surprised, but usually landscapers will be like kind of want to play it real safe. So they'll tell you to do stuff that you might necessarily not have to do. You know, they'll tell you to fertilize your lawn and you don't need to. I mean, you can, but all it does is cause more runoff and makes your grass grow faster, which means they cut it more often and they charge you more. So 30 minutes per zone twice a day. I think that's actually illegal right now. It's illegal all year round too. If they told your parents that, like, I don't know, I wouldn't. A week, okay. Yeah, twice a week. I think it's twice a week is the legal limit. But twice. Oh, but yeah. I mean, if you want everything looking perfect, but some days you're gonna get an inch of rain in a day, and it rarely go more than 2 or 3 days without water. I mean, I've never seen a lawn. You ever seen a lawn suffer in the summertime? I mean, there's a real drought, I guess, you know, but yeah, they probably just, you know, they're probably pushing the zone a little bit. I can tell you a few other areas where they do push the zone. For one, when you're coming down 75 and you cross over the Manatee River in Bradenton, they have that whole area. I'm actually on both sides planted out with Veitchias. There's a GT3. You don't see those very often in Cape Coral. They have Latanias planted out, Veitchias. But yeah, I mean, it's definitely warmer just from the earth. I mean, even if you, however you feel about global warming, I think it's pretty apparent that Florida has more urban heat islands. Like Orlando, if you take stats from Orlando from the, like, pre-Disney World days, I bet you it's pretty chilly. And then now Orlando is as warm as Tampa, basically, if not even warmer at times, which is kind of odd. I think I'm gonna go ahead and plug this in because I don't want to have no battery when I get to. Now it's gonna try and plug that. Yeah, I haven't. Hey, No Name, what's up? I heard about a lot of rain everywhere except for here. We had some thunder and lightning, but no rain. And sorry about the glare. It's hard to keep a windshield clean this time of year. If I try and clean it, the bug guts will just smear even worse. Yeah. I hope it doesn't make. So far, we haven't experienced too extreme winters lately. Most of our winters have been relatively, like, we only hit 42 or 43 this year, so. No name, you're, I forget where you said you're located. I'm sorry, I get people mixed up. I get that one guy and you mix up. I don't, not because of like your just. I don't know if it's your avatar or what. But once we're gonna take a right here, so we kind of out of the glare after a while. Oh, let's see what's gonna happen. Okay. Oh, thank you. Yeah. See, the thing is, last year on this day is when my mother basically had to be admitted for her condition. So my sister didn't really get to celebrate it last year. You know, it was kind of difficult because my mom was in the ICU for 5 days for monitoring, because her condition like can be very, very severe at first and then it gets, you know, gradually better. So I didn't even get. I went up there, and it was kind of just a, you know, not a very positive mood. We didn't know what was happening to my mom. So, hey Bob, what's up? Maybe my sister's not shy on the camera, so maybe we'll maybe we can get a little bit of action. I don't know if I have my vlog stick with me, but sorry about the problem is that when I have this thing plugged in, the wire wants to pull it downward, and thank you, Bob. I will let everybody know that everyone on YouTube live stream. Oh, you guys have seen my sister before. I forgot the drive back from she actually went to this place. We drove there, and then I picked her up from there. I don't know if you guys remember that live stream back on St. Patty's Day. Okay. I'm trying to kind of adjust this here. Is it May 11th? Okay, I'll remember that. I'll be in Miami the 13th or the 15th. I'll be working most of the time, like day and night. But if you want to make it out to like to Kendall, we could most likely meet up. Okay. I don't have a lot of flexibility for like driving elsewhere, unfortunately. I mean, I will have a car, just I gotta work in the morning and then get back up there in the evening. A lot of you guys know this, but I actually have a schedule where I will work in the morning and the evening, but I'll actually sleep in the middle of the day. Because I mean, this time of the year, when it, especially the 6 hotter months, when it's 90 degrees, like it's not good. I mean, yeah, you can be outside fine, but I recommend you don't go outside if you don't have to. So if I prefer to work when it's cooler and I can, then I'm just going to do it. I've been doing it for probably 10 years now. And then poker obviously is one of those things that happens more at night, so that was easy. Just sleep all day. Yeah, it's 83 here, so pretty much the same thing. Well, one thing that I find that really helps out in Florida is polyester shirts, like golf shirts. Although I don't like to play golf, I like the shirts and shorts. Yeah, man, because you'll be coming down right after I get back from Miami. Just so weird. Remember, just like what, a year ago this wasn't here? What? How long ago this happened? A year ago.
What?
And this is 4 lanes.
I think so.
Yeah, you just get those yellow signs for like Van Buren Parkway and stuff. Yeah, Bob, the palm you're thinking of is Juania australis, and it comes from the Juan Fernandez Islands, which are about 400 miles west of Chile. It's near where Robinson Crusoe Island is. It's really remote, and yeah, Juania australis actually won't grow here. Won't grow. The only places I know it grows outside of those islands in a few areas of mainland Chile are. There's one growing in Cork, Ireland. There's one growing in San Francisco. I mean, there's many of them growing, and there's some growing in the UK as well. But if it hits 90, it's pretty unhappy. So if it's bigger, it can handle one day, but it just doesn't like it. It likes it between 45 and 75 degrees in kind of like cool maritime climates. So that's obviously San Francisco, most of the British Isles. I think it grows well in like southern, like central and northern New Zealand. And I can imagine it would do okay. I'm trying to think where else. Yeah, it can handle some cold. It can handle, as far as I know, it's a 9B. Ireland is most of Ireland, the coastal Ireland is actually its own 9B or 10. You get an inland, it gets down cooler, but yeah. No, Dylan, it's just me. It's Ashley and I in the car.
Hi, Dylan.
And then my mom and my sister are coming from the north. I'm coming from the south, and we're just kind of meeting in the middle. But this one, crap! I'm going only a couple miles over the speed limit. Probably. I had it on cruise control, so I just was like, oh yeah, I have it already set up. He says hi, Ashley. Yeah. There's some crazy 10As really far north like that. Ireland's probably the furthest north. And even like northern Scotland, it'd be like it's way up there. There's some zone 9 areas up there. Like their record low ever is like 14 Fahrenheit. For like 55, like 58 degrees north. That's like further north than like Edmonton, Alberta. But it never gets above 75, 80 degrees. Yeah, Canary Island dates like that can handle that cool weather just fine. And that's a relatively new thing. That wasn't around really until like the late 20th century. And I mean today now it's pretty regular, but it was an uncommon thing even up until probably like the 80s. That lake is like dry and really boring looking. They don't put a bunch of houses there, but I know that they're going to, so avoiding candles. Yeah, I could get those things for you. Remember that before or should I just run into Walgreens? What do you think?
I don't know. There's Dollar General on the way too.
Yeah, right here, right?
There, yeah, or the one that we always stop at for my trail mix.
There's no trail mix being had on this trip.
I'm saying the one that we always stop at.
No, I know. Do you want to stop at this one? Can you run and get there real quick? Hey, Chris, what's up? Yeah, I know that Compot's pretty crazy. That was nice of him. Yeah, it's possible. There's probably 500 seeds. It looks like there's at least 300 plants in there. Those things are actually really good That's probably the most versatile of the koala. It grows much like a rhapis does. It'll clump. It can take full sun pretty well. It's really cold hardy. It's like, 9A, 9B, no problem. Just go in here. Yeah, Mike's a really nice guy. I mean, he's smart. And obviously any engineer has to be relatively smart. I actually knew him, and then I met a coworker or an old coworker of his, and that's my psych-head. When you see him next time, ask him about psych-head Eddie. Tell him Christian said to ask, and see if he can tell you a story or two, because he's known him longer than I have. So, oh, those are all handicap spots. I was gonna pull right into one. I'm just gonna back in because. Do you want to get out?
Give me a card.
Give you a card? Why don't you just use the card you have?
Somebody you want to use?
Yeah. I'm backing in. Alright, and I'm pulling into a handicap spot. Alright. Hopefully there's parking at the actual. Oh, that's cool. I'm glad he thinks highly of my knowledge. Those I didn't want to like say anything, but all those Alfredii he has are actually seedlings I sold him back in like 2010. I mean, no big deal. I was kind of like the wholesaler of Alfredii back then. 4-inch pots for, I don't know, I think I sold them to him for like $7.50. Oh, Bob, so Sable Miner's getting torn up. Does it look like a large animal or like something smaller is like skeletonizing it? I haven't seen that. I'll have to check that out, Dylan. I know what you're talking about, the Thai place. Yeah, send me a picture, and you can send me the location. Are you talking about Royal Thai out there, like outside of Punta Gorda, or in town? Okay. 6 others. I probably see it and I don't even notice it anymore, which is sad. I'm sure there's another Thai restaurant in Punta Gorda, but I've never been there. My talk to text is terrible. If anyone talks to me on text, they know that everything's going to be all misspelled, or it's going to be like phonetic. I know it's taking her so long. It's just birthday candles. She's probably shopping for food. She's gonna come out of the TV dinner. And it sounds like, I swear I've seen it. There she is. Okay, she just needs to buy it. Stop shopping for other things. I swear if she comes in with other stuff, I'm gonna. Real hot box to back. Dylan, I may not have seen this plant. I may have, but I'm not sure. How do you know, Bob? Where was this? Okay. So it looks like it's growing upward, like from the side, but you can see there's a bee that's been. Look at this bee on the hood. Oh.
I just paid for them.
You did?
Yeah.
Cash?
They were only $1.
Oh, that solid silver?
Yeah. ones
Are
with.
they made in China?
No. Doesn't say.
Made in
Yeah,
China.
made in China.
Oh god. I got like toxic fumes growing.
I almost got the magical candles where they wouldn't blow out.
Yeah. If anything that made in China, but it has to be heat up, be lit on fire, anything like that, or eaten, like I will not even touch it. No, you shouldn't have gotten trail mix.
I'm hungry.
We're going to a restaurant. Fuck you too, bitch. What does he give me the middle finger for? Did you see that? That biker gave me the middle finger like I didn't give the guy enough room. If I didn't have somewhere to be, I'd be making a U-turn right now. Not to like do anything bad to him. I'm just gonna, I verbally like to tell people how I feel about things. So. I don't know if you guys saw it. Did you guys see that on the camera? Oh, someone hotboxed the bathroom. I mean, it wasn't like I was even cutting him off. I mean, it might have been close with the first car, but he didn't have to slow down or anything. He's a guy riding around with no helmet like a freaking idiot. And we used to call, I forgot what we used to call those guys that would ride. Oh, organ donors. I mean, he's the one riding around like, it just, if you're gonna ride on a road like this without a helmet, then I can't really think very highly of you. Like, wear something. Yeah, no, you can try and rewind it. It may not have been caught because it was right when I was turning, and the camera is kind of facing the right side. It was on the left-hand side, obviously, but I mean, it was like, I mean, the guy made it like real big, like he just really wanted to make sure that I saw his finger. Guys looked like he was about 60, bearded, fat, looked like he was ready to go. I mean, the thing is, he's probably going down to he probably lives around here, going down to some bar, gonna get drunk and then ride home. Anyway, that's enough of my rant. I mean, I didn't even think really that was a close call. Yeah. No, I like giving nasty gestures to people. Like sometimes like people will do that to me and then I will find a way to kind of roll up next to them and just kind of like stare at them. And they look so angry and I'll just kind of give them a blank stare like I have no idea what's going on. Some guys are like really tough when like, but once you start like, coming up to them and actually approaching them, they're like, get really scared. I don't know. This one's actually decently grown. See those foxtails beef up in the years to come. Oh, really? Yeah, that could definitely get you into a fight. I'll tell you guys a story from elementary school. I had a friend, his name was Draper, and we lived close by each other, so our parents would take turns picking us up from school. Oh, they're already there. How are they already there? It's at 7:30. I thought they were going to be late.
They know I'm coming, right?
Yeah. Hold on. Glad we left early. Anyway, so I had this friend Draper, and I remember my mom would give us a ride home. It was like a half-hour drive to school. It wasn't one. It was one of the private schools in town in Virginia, in Richmond. And he would get bored, and he would climb all the way in the back of our Suburban, and he would like moon the cars behind us. and one guy followed us all the way to his house. And then my mom had no idea what was going on because the Suburban's a big vehicle, you don't always know. And there's no like, I mean, we were old enough, we didn't know, like, we needed child seats, but this is like, I mean, we're like 8 years old, we're like 16. I thought it was funny. I was 8 years old, so. Or actually, it was like 91, 92, so I was like 10 maybe. What was that look for? I think it's childish.
I didn't give him a look.
Oh, I thought you gave me a look. Now you do that, like, you're gonna get, someone's gonna call the cops. You're gonna get pulled over for like child endangerment, child exposure or whatever. I don't know. It's probably some law against. I mean, there obviously is a law, but here come the love bugs again. Now, I mean, my sister told me 7:30, so it's 20 minutes from now. I thought we were gonna wait till 8 o'clock, honestly, for them to get there. So hopefully they get a seat, and we can, that way. Am I coming back?
It depends on what time we get home.
It really shouldn't depend, though. I mean, like 9:45 is not a late time for a 13-year-old girl. Anyway, I know. I mean, Bob, wish I could tell a story on here, but I can't because one, Ashley's in the car, and two, it's not really appropriate. But I did something that even 10, 20 years ago would have been considered hilarious, and anyone I talk to thinks hilarious, but other people didn't think so, and I got into a very big fight with someone's parents, and so. But yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about. There's so many little, I like to call them little aunties. They go out and they look for like people on Facebook that are like being inappropriate or like they think are inappropriate. And they're really just trying to be funny. Shake them off like video games. I wish I could shake off cops like video games.
Why can't you tell the story because I'm in the car?
No, I'm just saying, I mean, you may not look on it as well because of the way I would talk about your friends. I mean, I can give some of the. I mean, I can't tell them the whole story. I don't want to tell them like an abridged version. So. Oh, nice. I know about the Dells. Airbnb cabin. Hell yeah. Airbnb is often a great way to go, especially in like more rural areas. Because Ashley and I got an Airbnb when we were in Louisiana. You like that little?
It was cute.
Yeah, it was a little bungalow, a little shotgun shack right by the. It was literally 100 yards from Lake Pontchartrain there, in they're just north of New Orleans. David, it seems like I drive a lot, but I used to drive 25,000 a year. Now I'm only driving 15,000 miles a year because during the otherwise, other than these trips, I don't really drive anywhere around town. Maybe like 3 miles a day because most of my work is at home, so I try and actually get out more often. So.
How much is an AC recharge?
An AC recharge on what kind of vehicle?
A BMW.
What year?
07.
I mean, if it is really just a recharge, we can do it ourselves. I did an AC recharge in your car. That's what a recharge is. It's literally putting a can of Freon, but
It says it runs, AC needs recharged, and tires balanced.
if they can prove that it just needs a recharge, then they should. Tires balanced in a BMW? Okay, and then what's the other one? AC?
It says AC needs recharged and tires balanced. It runs.
It runs. Okay, well, I'm glad that it runs. What model is it? 3?
It says 5 Series, 530i.
Oh, God. No, not those late 2000s 5 Series are terrible. God damn it! I missed the light. You know what? I wish I kind of if I had waited a couple years to get a truck, I would have totally gotten the Jeep Gladiator. Sorry, I got a message from my sister. Let her know. I mean, my sister's always notoriously late, so like I didn't expect that to happen. Oh yeah, there's some dune buggies around. There's all sorts of like open air cars. Yeah, up there in the Dells, it's gonna be. My mom is, graduated high school in Green Bay, and I've been there once. It's not in the middle of summer. I was like, "Where's the summer? It's not warm here." But like when I drive to Miami, that's about 350 miles round trip, maybe a little bit less. When I drive to my sister's, it's about 50 miles each way, so like 100 miles round trip. That guy spun the tires on a Kia Sorento. How did you do that? I can't spin the tires in my truck because it's all-wheel drive, unfortunately. I'd always find a way to get traction. Yeah, you're right, Bob. Yeah, that sounds like fun, Dylan. I miss those days. So we're only about 8-10 minutes out, so yeah, definitely play it safe. Although since you'll be kind of in a rural area, I can't imagine too much driving being involved, but I had a creepy, I don't want to call him a friend, he was more of an acquaintance. He was a bartender when I met him, but I was probably like 17, he was like 23, 24. And he would tell me that the best way to meet meet girls and get girls was to actually not drink at a party and wait for them to get drunk and take advantage of them. Like, you're a creepy dude. Like, that's not how life works. Yeah, they're actually planted on the side of the road. They were just they were planted after Hurricane Charlie. The sad thing, there's actually a restaurant called Hurricane Charlie's named after the building that was torn down by the hurricane. But the food is terrible, so it's all about like the atmosphere. Like, oh, we're at a building that was blown away, and it's like, well, that's the only thing that was blown away. The food won't blow you away, that's for sure. Oh, look, more fucking houses. Just what we needed. I was like, well, there's a shortage of houses in Florida. We should probably get some more going here in Punta Gorda. Sorry, guys. I hope you're not listening with your children. Yeah, yeah, you'll definitely notice that Florida will immediately start planting palms on their interstates. It's kind of like their marquee, Oh, I know, you're right, Dylan. I mean, I've seen it for 15 years now, and it's not like I don't expect it. It's just that there's only so much room down here, and there's a lot of existing houses for sale. It's just that, like, construction guys around here are just like, they're really shady. I mean, wouldn't you agree with that? There's a lot of construction